Hello and welcome to my tutorial on how to use Adobe After Effects. When you open the program, first you will want to click on New Composition. Normally you'll want to leave the settings as they are and the defaults. I'm typing in New Video, and that will be the title of what I have. There are several options for your inputs, as well as other options that we can use, including locking the aspect ratio and adjusting the frame rate. However, for the purposes of this tutorial, we will not use any of those commands. You'll want to start by clicking on the file, which I have on my desktop, and simply dropping it into the plane as you see here. That will import the video into the program. From here, we see that we have the video as well as the new video for composition. We will want to click and drag on our video and drop it down below into the new video section. Now you see that we have been able to import the video You'll notice here there are a few tricks on what we can do. I am scrolling in and out with my mouse to zoom in and out of the video. This is the video that I shot with my friend that we are going to edit today.
Okay, one more time.
You'll notice that it shakes. It's a little bit blurry. There are some issues with the background and my face, especially with the window behind me. And overall, it's a pretty poor video. What we are going to do with this tutorial is smooth out the video using the tracking function. You'll notice that in the bottom right, the tracker has track motion, which I clicked on. It brought up the small pane, and now I'm placing it over my face. There are two boxes, an internal and an external box. The internal is what it's going to key in on, which is my face. The external is a search window. It's the area in the video that the software is going to use to search for my face. So that way it's not searching the entire background on the entire video. And this will take a moment for it to analyze and finally begin tracking. Notice that the screen is a little distorted when it does the tracking function. That is okay, and for the purposes of our class projects, it'll be enough to figure out what's going on inside the video there. You notice the shaking has calmed down quite substantially. These sliders that I'm using are what's used to help zoom in and out on the video. Notice I can zoom all the way in and get all the way down to almost frame by frame or even smaller. If you have to do any type of detailed editing, this will be a function that will be useful. Notice I've just zoomed in so I can see the entire video timeline in one frame. Another useful function is the sliding scale that is used by Adobe. All I have done is clicked on and held the click button on the mouse, and an invisible sliders appeared for me to zoom in and out of the video. Here we also can adjust how smooth the motion is, how much adjustment is used when the tracking function is helping to smooth out the video. There are several ways that it does analyze the video, which you notice there. However, we are going to go ahead and use the defaults. One option that I considered in this video after making it is that I could have tracked to the left of my body there just the plate on the wall that identifies what room is there. That might have been a more suitable option for me to use instead of just tracking my face, where the movement will still might bounce up and down because my head is moving. As our heads naturally move up and down when we walk, the video is going to track that instead of a stationary object. So for the purposes of our projects, I would suggest finding an object that is stationary and going ahead and keying in on that instead. So that way the entire frame will stay stationary regardless of the type of movement involved. Here I am just adjusting it again as I'm just trying to play around with different settings, different tracking options to determine how to edit the second part of the video. However, because my face has disappeared and reappeared, it's lost that tracking point and I wasn't able to regain it. This is yet another reason why I would suggest finding a stationary object that's present throughout the video and keying in on that. This option that you just noticed there for the warp stabilizer had an FX button. You can turn on and off the FX as you go. You can also notice it just above the mouse pointer there. What I've done now is drag the video down below the video that I was editing. You have to understand that the way that Adobe treats the video is almost like a paint layer. And this will be further discussed when we go over the blurring effects. Here I'm simply saving my program, but what I've done is gone ahead and rendered the video. That'll basically put a layer over the video with the new footage on it. In the case of the tracking function, it really does modify the video itself. You'll notice here that I did change the settings a little bit, however I haven't really modified too much. Some of this was just simply for myself. You can notice that there are several changes you can make during the render to help your video out. What type of quality do you want, the effects, scale, all that is available if you really are getting in deep into video editing. However, again, it's not necessary for us. The key is to change it to the H.264 for the output mode. When we change it to that, it does allow us to post it more easily onto YouTube, to put it into projects and so forth. And here you're going to see the final result.